Hey YouTube, John Bonham. Probably one of the most influential drummers of that era, him and Keith Moon. The song Rock and Roll is a song that I would consider complex simplicity. And what I mean by that is, if on a cursory listen, it doesn't necessarily sound like it's too difficult. But if you get in there and you really get into the technical aspect of it, you'll see that there's a lot more in there than initially the hearing ear hears. What I mean by that is complex simplicity, simple concepts, but applied in a more complex way. I really doubt John Bonham thought about his technique. I think he just played. If he did think about his technique, I apologize, don't sue me. I think he just played. I don't think he was necessarily thinking of the Jojo Mayer. Obviously he didn't know who Jojo Mayer, but the molar technique and things like that. Again, if he did think about that stuff, I think he just played. He played what was on his heart, and so let's take this song. I heard a video of Jason Bonham talking about the timing of rock and roll in the beginning intro part. And if you listen to the song again, it's not totally straightforward. There's some kind of strange accenting in there and things like that. And the timing was taken from a Little Richard song by John Bonham. I don't know the name of it, but the timing is basically this. And thank you, Jason Bonham, for clarifying this to me. This is something that I kind of always fudge through, and because of his explanation, your explanation, I have gotten it, I believe, a lot better than I ever had it before. So again, thank you very much, Jason Bonham. Led Zeppelin reunion, that's what we want. Tour. But anyway, the timing is basically da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. So if you're doing the timing on the hi-hat, it's going to be that timing, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. With that, we're going to be doing a shuffle almost with both hands, snare hand and the hi-hat hand. So the snare hand by itself would be this. Hi-hat hand would be this. Both hands together would be this. And then in. Now, the verse part is, again, something that I used to kind of play straight. First off, let's just look at the hi-hat part. The hi-hat can't be too tight, but it can't be too loose. It's got to be somewhere in the middle. So the way I achieve that is I put my foot back, you probably can't see it, but I put my foot back on the pedal a little bit with my heel on the ground. So I still have control of the hi-hat to open and close it. Make it tighter. But generally through the song it's this. Okay? Again, complex simplicity. I don't think John Bonham thought about his technique. I don't know what he does with his foot. But if you watch the Nebworth show, you'll see, and even on I think some of the clips from Madison Square Garden, you'll see John Bonham during the verse part, he continues that shuffle. So if you started at the beginning of the verse part, been a long time since I rock and roll, it'd be like this with the left hand. song. There's some little variations of it. Again, John Bonham probably didn't think about technique. He played match grip. I'm playing it traditional. Whatever you're playing it, it's not the point of it. It's the point of, are you portraying the song to your audience? So if you did it match grip, which he does, you could use the JoJo Mayer finger technique. Or this way. I don't know if you can see it, but whatever works for you to get that shuffle through the whole song. Whether you muscle it through, wrist it, or do the fingers maybe to help you out. Whatever, I find that as a challenge to get through that song with the shuffle the whole way. So, but the verse part, with the just the hi-hat and the snare drum is during the "Been a Long Time" part would be this. So if you put the kick drum in with that, the kick drum is, he's not doing a steady pattern really. He's kind of just, from what I hear, he's accenting and varying the kick drum part. So if you take it from the beginning, it should sound something like this, okay? 1, 2. Nature. Again, I'm no John Bonham expert. I'm just trying to learn like the rest of you guys. I'm talking a lot because this is geared more towards people that may want audio, an audible lesson as opposed to just video. So I do apologize if I'm talking a lot. Like I said, I'm no John Bonham expert. I'm just trying to learn like you guys. This is a song that's always kind of eluded me. Never quite played it right. I actually used to play it without the shuffle, the shuffle part, so it would have been like. Played it like that, but it never quite felt right. And I think that the shuffle part. That shuffle part actually carries the groove. It's